just a little darker over here on the right side of this rose where it's really all in shadow and it's very deep because it kind of seeing further back in the layers of the rose. So you get some of your darkest areas further back here. It might be almost more, a little more green gold than that. It's still pretty warm. And there's a nice gradation of light to dark as this petal falls into shadow. So I'll just soften that a little bit. And then I can always revisit that, just hinting at that. Then that comes across and catches just a little bit of light over here.
When you're setting up your still life, do you are you thinking of your color wheel and picking out a color scheme that way, or do you just go by what looks pretty?
I think a little bit of both. It's hard to say because sometimes I'm in that mood of really trying to find a color harmony to the whole piece, and sometimes I just kind of throw random things together and just play with different objects and see what I feel like on that day. But I think it's fun to mix it up, and every once in a while I'll just kind of go into a piece with more intention and setting it up. Like sometimes I've done yellow, like paintings with a lot of colors of yellow and white that kind of go together, or I do color harmonies or color families, I guess, where I kind of keep things within a respective family of color. And that can be a really fun exercise because you get a lot of subtle nuances between different colors. And then you could do complementary colors or like analogous color harmony. So there's a lot of fun exercises you can do to explore those concepts. Do you have a particular favorite way of doing that?
No, I mean, it's funny because I love pink roses, but I don't have anything pink in my house. It's mostly purples and blues.
Yeah.
But but it's a color I love to hate, I don't know.
I think it's just fun to kind of come up with fun exercises or fun challenges for a painting and explore something that you haven't really done too much of before. Like you could do high key paintings or low key paintings, or there's all sorts of fun things you can experiment with. That'll really force you to see things in a different way, which can carry over to all your painting things you can learn. And so I've been trying to come up with fun exercises to do just on my own, and then also for the course to try and start recording some things like that. So I think it's really helpful if you can figure out certain exercises that force you to tackle something and look at it in a new light, because we can get so stuck in our ways of looking at something the same way and it might not make sense. But if you change the way you're thinking about it, it might kind of be an aha moment where you suddenly understand a concept. think I'll go a little bit deeper in the value some of these areas too. I want to try and get that to feel like it's receding and getting much darker. It's always the tricky part with certain roses is getting that value to be just right. Especially with the vibrant colors.
And that rose is so subtle.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. Because there's so many
you picked a hard one.
Color temperatures and like just minor, super subtle things that will make it read if you get them right. And then there's also tricky areas where it's like the light's spilling through and coming through the side of the petal. So it's in shadow, but it's translucent. So it's lighter. Those areas can be tricky because you have to make them a little darker than the light, but they have to be light enough so that it feels like it has that translucent glowing quality. I'm just trying to find this color that kind of a neutrally gray, some sort of gray color that's appearing as the petal folds. Because then there's that translucent light on the right side of it, and then on the left side there's the highlight, or not the highlight, just the light side of the petal, the light plane. So if I can get this color and value to be correct, it should help that read. That's definitely so many very subtle color changes. So.
Yeah.
A little tricky.